Welcome everyone. So I am Katy Ibarra. I am the director of the Women Business Center. We are here to help you succeed. So we do one-on-one business consulting in any area of the business that you may need help, and all our services are for free. We have a lot of trainings, and also if you need access to capital, we can help you with the package of the loan. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to talk about the steps to start your business. You can find more information about the Women Business Center at our website. It's sandiegowbc.org. And please follow us on social media. We are brand new. We just opened doors 5 months ago. So we are an SBA funded organization. So that's why all our services are for free. So let's start. This is some of our services. So we have business advising, financing. We can help you with your business plan, with marketing, with your financial projections. If you need a marketing research, we can help you with that. So, and we have different advisors that can help you. So please reach out. So the first question, I want to start a business. So why do I want to start it? Do I have the needed experience and knowledge? Sometimes a lot of clients come here and they don't have the experience and they are telling me, I want to open a coffee shop. Have you worked in a coffee shop? No, I haven't. So it's very difficult to work in an area or try to open a business that you are not related. So it's very important to have experience in the industry. So this other question, can I explain the industry? So obviously, if I am not working in that industry, it's going to be very hard for me to succeed unless I have the correct team, right? But it's important to have experience in that area. So where are you willing to conduct your business? If it's going to be from home, if you are going to have a storefront, or it's going to be online. So all these questions we need to ask first before starting a business. It's very important to vision what you want. That is going to be our first step. So just try to imagine if I can have like my dream business, how it's going to be. How many employees do I'm going to have? So you need to consider your personal goals, and from there, try to accomplish them. So probably you want to start a business because you feel stuck at your work and you want to explore your creativity. So you need to identify what is your personal goal and why you want to start that business. Probably you want to have more control about what you are doing, about your time, or probably you want the challenge that to start a business and to make it succeed. Probably you want to have more money, obviously, right? So we need to identify our personal goal so we can start with the idea of our business. Spell out your business values. Sometimes a lot of people is telling me, I want to start this business because I want to help the community, or I want to give back, or I want to sell a product and I will, because my value is also to give back for a charity cause. So identify if you have any business values. A lot of companies also are like, for example, the other day, one of my clients, I love the idea that she wants to start ecological business, and she's offering different options to try to not waste plastic. So she is obviously looking forward her values, right? Looking for her values. So we need to pay attention to that. If you have any questions, you can start asking questions. And at the end, obviously, we are going to have more questions. So remind yourself the source of inspiration. Sometimes I recommend my clients when they are starting their business, just to make yourself a letter So every time that you feel like you don't have any motivation, that you want to quit, just read that letter to yourself. Why I am doing this? So that way you can feel motivated again. You can start moving forward. So, and also check your role models. Who is that person that you really admire? What is that business that you want to be the same as them or probably better? So try to imagine that and the bright idea. What excites you about it? So probably it's a business, probably it's a beauty product. So what do you like about them? You can start like making the comparison. What do I like about them? What can I do better? What can I improve about the service or the product that they are offering? Also, it's very important to describe your business concept. It's going to be something that is new and better, or probably you are going to deliver a beautiful package. It's going to be the same product, but the package is going to be different, or probably that your customer service is going to make you unique. Maybe it's the delivery system. So try to think what you can offer different to your clients as your competitors. So this is very important. I hate that it's not working my other stuff. So identify your strategic position. What makes you unique and special? The price. What is your price? If you're probably your price is higher, but it's more convenient. So sometimes don't think that it's all about the price, because that is not true. Hi, welcome. Can you please sign up? The sign-in sheet is there. And if you need a parking permit, it's there. Yeah. So identify your strategic position. What is making you so special? What can you offer to your clients that is going to make you unique or different? Probably it's very convenient that you are there, or the location. The location is very important. Or probably you are online, and online you are offering a big discount code. I don't know. So just think about some ways to be more convenient to your clients, make easier the logistic to your clients, and obviously offer a unique or a wow service or a unique product. So decide whether you want a partner or an investor. This is very important. Sometimes I hear this a lot here, that they are solo entrepreneurs and they are like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore alone. I need someone to bring in my business. So, okay, if you are willing to partner with someone, first of all, make the correct questions to that person, check if it's a correct fit for your business, and also try to bring another person just because it's going to help you improve. Probably you are lacking about, I don't know, probably I'm not very good with advertising and marketing. Then I will hire, or I will partner with someone that is very good at that. So try to bring someone, if you are considering to have a partner, try to bring someone that can offer you something in your business. And try to formalize the agreement. Also, I hear this very often. It's like, hey, my brother is going to help me. We are doing business together, and they don't have an agreement. So put everything in writing. Try to find a notary or a lawyer that can help you with the agreement, and put everything in writing. Also, try to think what is going to happen if the partnership doesn't work. You need to find or to think a way out. Another situation, very rare, but it's a situation. One of my clients, she was a partner, and her partner died. So her husband was trying to take over the business, and she didn't like him. So she was like, what I'm gonna do now? And she didn't think a way to get out of the business. So you need to put those things up front so you can have options to step out in case you need it. Or probably just think and put from the beginning the letters in the table, that your cards in the table, that if someone is not working, hi, welcome. So if someone is not working, what are you going to do? It's a partner, and that person will deserve to be paid, or how is going to work that partnership? You have to have all the rules in writing. Okay, it's very important. It's very important to have probably a conversation with a lawyer. Here we can also refer you with different lawyers. There are a lot of programs that they don't charge when you are starting your business. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask us for the referrals. Consider potential exits. Sorry, I was reading that. And then make an appointment with an WBC counselor. So if you have any questions, just make an appointment with us. Again, our services are free, and we are here to help you. And we have a lot of resources that we can refer you to. So what is the market like? Who is going to be my competition? What do they do well? What they do poorly? So what can I improve? How can I be unique, or how can I really differentiate from them? And what is going to be my competitive advantage? We need to consider all these before obviously starting a business. And this is very important. How much money will I need? A lot of people that are starting like, oh, I will start this and I will go with the flow and see what happens. That's okay. It's a part. You can do that. It's perfectly fine if you have if you are doing on the side and you have your own job. But if you really want to start your business, then you need to consider all these expenses from the beginning, because even if you are working from home, you are paying a rent, you are paying utilities, you are paying the internet, so you will pay for permits and taxes. So you need to consider what is going to be, how much money you will need to even start. Sometimes, again, if you are working from home, you need to consider that you will also invest in advertising, in your logo, in your brand, in social media. Probably you will need to start advertising there. So try to consider all your expenses. The monthly expenses, if the unique expenses, sometimes people need to buy, for example, a computer for the first time. They don't have a computer, so probably it's going to be an investment that they need to make at the beginning of the business. So try to consider all these steps, and obviously try to save money, because when you are starting a business, usually you are not seeing the profit until 6 months. So just try to imagine that. And if you can stay high, sometimes I know that it's hard to have a job and at the same time start your business, but if you can do it, it's better, because also if you want access to capital and you want a loan, they will check the cash flow that you have. So it doesn't matter if you are starting, because there is a lot of people that think that if they are starting, they won't have access to loans. And yes, you have. You may have access to loans, but again, they will check your credit score as an individual, and they will check your cash flow as an individual, besides the business part. So it's very important to at least have something to show, so they are willing to give you the money if you want a loan, if you want access to a loan. And there are other ways to start with money. Probably you have your savings, probably a family can lend you money. or probably your friends. So if that happens, again, just try to make an agreement so they know, because I've been seeing here weird things like, yeah, my friend lent me the money, but now she wants equity in my business and we didn't have an agreement. So how can I fight that? So it's very hard to sometimes to fight for that. So it's very important to have everything, an agreement in writing. So when we are starting, it's very important to analyze what type of structure we want to follow. Sometimes with a lot of clients, especially if they are starting small, I recommend them to start as a sole proprietorship. The sole proprietorship is you doing business. So it's yourself. The only problem with this type of structure is that you have a lot of liability. So if someone sues you, your assets are in danger. So that's the only problem. So I won't recommend this type of structure if you are dealing with food, for example, because food is very high, it's considered high risk, and people can sue you more often than in any other type of business. So it's very important to, if you are dealing with food, to at the beginning start as a corporation. There are different types of corporation. So the first thing to consider is that only becoming a corporation from the beginning, you need to pay more taxes. So it's very important. Sometimes with my clients, we start as a part of their strategy, we start as a sole proprietorship, and as long as they start making money and they start making profit, then we move forward and start the corporation. So sometimes it's better to start like that. Again, it will depend in the industry. And we have different benefits if you start a corporation. For example, one of them is the liability. If someone sues the companies, that's it. They are suing the company, not you. So your assets are protected. Even though we recommend always to have an insurance, always. It doesn't matter if you are starting as a sole proprietorship or a corporation, we recommend to have always an insurance. It's not an obligation, it's not a requirement, but it's a recommendation. So these are some different structures. It will depend. If there are more than one sole proprietorship, then will be a general partnership. But there are still persons. It's not a company. Up to this, so these are like corporations, and nonprofit obviously is going to be an organization. The nonprofit structure is very different because they need a board and they need to, so it works totally different as a corporation. And here I'm gonna move to this one. These are other type of corporations that are not that usual. The more usual one is the LLC. By the way, I'm gonna send the link of the presentation at the in a follow-up email. So don't worry.
What is pass-through taxation?
Excuse me?
The pass-through taxation.
I am not a lawyer and an accountant, so I don't know much about the pass-through taxation, but it's only the treatment that I put in there. I think the pass-through taxation, because in this one, it's a double taxation because you are paying taxes as a company and then you are paying taxes as a sole, because you are paying yourself and you become your own employee. So, exactly. So that's why you are doubling taxation. And with the S corporation, is only one. Okay. Any question? Yeah.
How soon do you recommend getting like a tax person to kind of help you through things like that?
Yeah, from the beginning, I recommend you to have an accountant, so they can give you like all the insights. the things that you can deduct, the things that you can't, and the way that they want to receive all your information. So it's important to have the meeting from the beginning, because also they are going to give you a lot of input of the type of corporation that you may need, or if you are going to start as a sole proprietorship. Sometimes, for example, if you are working from home, you can start deducting part of your rent, part of your utilities, but it's important to have that conversation with the accountant just to make sure that you are in the same page with them. Okay. Any other question? No. So this is about business structures. One, we decide which one. Again, it's very easy to start as a sole proprietorship and then jump to the LLC or any other type of corporation. It's very easy to do that. But just at the moment that you start doing that, you start paying a lot of taxes. So you need to consider that it's going to be, you need to have the money up front. Just one of the examples of the taxes that you pay when you start a corporation is as soon as you create the corporation and you want to pay yourself, you become your own employee. So you need to pay taxes, that is $250 just to pay yourself the first time. So, and then even if you don't create or you don't make a dime, at the end of the year, you need to pay $800 in taxes. So it's very important to consider that from the beginning. It's very important to decide, well, probably if I'm gonna start, I'm gonna start as a sole proprietorship, and then 6 months after, whenever I hit the goal of having this much of profit, then I move forward to the corporation. So it will depend. And if you start the corporation, it's perfectly fine. Just try to save the money up front, or to try to consider how much money you will have to spend. Yeah.
How important is it, let's say your name of your company
Mhm.
has like corporation in it?
Mhm.
Does it matter?
Depending on your industry. For some industries, it's very important because it gives you a different status. So it will depend on the industry. The name, if the name of the company has the CEO,
Like
yeah.
my interior design before, I put corporation, that was so, because I just started to do that.
Yeah,
I just didn't know if that was like, okay.
I suppose not.
Okay.
Yeah. You are a corporation only if you are really a corporation. Yeah. So any other questions? No. So Keith, what permits do I need? So review what you are going to do. Are you selling products or providing a service? Will you have a storefront? It's going to be home-based or it's going to be online? What type of business are you? It's going to be repair, retail, it's going to be related to food. So first, we are going to check some permits. This is a list of general permits. So obviously, depending in the industry, these permits will change, okay? But these are the most common ones. So the first one is the fictitious business name. The fictitious business name is going to be the same as doing business as. So if I am going to start a consulting firm and the name of my consulting is going to be Katy's Ibarra Consulting Firm, then I don't need to file for the fictitious business name because I am using my name. But if I decide to name it Macro Idea, then I will need to file for the fictitious business name, okay? Because I'm not using my name. So it's any other business name that you are using that is not your name. Yeah.
Let's say if I use my initials. So
You need to file for the fictitious business name.
because it's not my legal name.
Exactly. Exactly. So the way that it works, you usually go to the county and you register there, okay? Usually this permit is gonna expire in 5 years, so you need to renew it every 5 years. The cost is around $47, and As soon as you file for it, you have only 30 days to publish it in a local newspaper during 3 weeks. If you don't publish it in between those dates, then you need to file again.
You said 5 days?
No, 30.
Oh, 30.
Yeah.
Already published?
They are going to provide you a list of local newspapers, authorized local newspapers, and you just call them because they don't have a specific fee. So some charge 100, some charge 200, some charge $20. So just make a research. Yeah, call them.
And it's present in the county of Imperial or can be present in San Diego County?
It can be in San Diego County,
Any county.
any county. Yeah, I don't know why it says Imperial, but yeah, any county. Also, if you are selling products, you will need this, the seller's permit. So the seller's permit will allow you to collect taxes and also will allow you to buy in wholesale without paying the tax. Okay? So in other words, every time you sell a product and you are collecting the tax, the California tax, at the end, you need to give back your taxes that you are collecting.
Even if it's online?
Even if it's online, yeah. Yeah, so it's important to have your seller's permit if you are selling a product. Yeah, and it's free. This is totally free. You can do it online. It's very easy. You file a form and then you get it through email.
The first permit you have to go in person.
The first permit you need to go in person.
File the sales tax and transfer those sales tax to them.
Yes.
Then you collect, you put in an account, transfer to them.
Yes, I recommend you to have a Saves account and you start putting in there all the tax that you are collecting, and then at the end you just send them back. It's important to have a federal tax ID number. It's also named as EIN, and this is going to be like the social security number of the business. Okay, it's very fast. You just log in and you just go to the IRS website and then you file for it. It's very fast. You do it online. It's free, and in 5 minutes you have it. So it's very, very fast. Also, it's very important to have your business license. This license will depend in the area that you are going to provide the service. Example, I am selling cookies, and I am selling cookies at the farmers market in Little Italy and also in Oceanside. So I will need to file for 2 business licenses, one for the city of San Diego and the other one for the city of Oceanside, because I am serving those areas and I am a mobile person, a mobile business, because I am selling here in San Diego and I am also selling there in Oceanside. If I am doing business online, I only will need the permit where my house is located at, okay? Yes, the business license. This is annually, so each year you need to renew it. It's around $36. Yeah, and this will depend in the city, because again, there are some cities that they charge a different price. So usually the city of San Diego is 36. And you need to renew it every year. Even if you are working from home and you are doing online sales, you will need it.
It's easy. That's the one I have.
Yeah. Yep.
And you can deduct it.
Yes, you can deduct it. If you are doing international, it doesn't matter because your house is located in a county. So, yeah. Yep.
Sort of where your business starts.
Yeah. Yes. And you also will need both fictitious business name. For example, if you have your business in California and you are also have a location in Ohio, then you will need to file for 2 fictitious business name in each location, and then 2 business license. You can have only one IIN number and only one LLC, for example.
But the other fictitious name, if it is like within the county of San Diego,
Mhm.
the city or in San Diego.
Ah, no, in San Diego it's okay. It's only one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the state of California. Okay.
And the business license. we would need
In the
from city.
per city.
So you mentioned if we do a business in state, I can use the same features that I have in California, and it's a matter of trying to. Okay.
Yes. Yes. For example, if you are doing business in San Diego and in San Francisco, then it's only one. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions about this? Nope. We're doing okay. There are also other permits. It will depend, obviously, in the industry. So, for example, if I'm gonna handle food, then I will need a food handler's certificate. Or I know I also will need the, there are 2, the food handler's certificate, the health, exactly. Yes.
Case online you can find.
Actually, yes. So if you have more questions, also depending in the country, they ask for different permits, depending in the country. So here you can find in calgold.ca.gov, you can find more information. It's gonna ask you in which country you are gonna do business, and it's gonna ask you an example of the industry that you want to be in. And it's gonna show you all the permits that you may need. Sometimes when I do research, it's impressive all the type of permits that they are asking. Sometimes you don't need them all because they are thinking that you are putting a storefront. So they are considering that probably you need the firefighters permit to, they need to go and make the review of the place and check if you have the exit, the emergency exits in place, and if you have the extinguisher and whatever. So if you look at that and don't freak out, because usually it's a lot of permits that they are asking, but you can book a consultation with us and we can guide you and give you the correct ones that you may need. So any questions about this? No. So also, for example, if you are a real estate agent, probably you will need a special certification. So check in your industry, because each industry will have different certifications. Talking about food, the good thing is that before they were asking you to have a commercial kitchen. There are a lot of commercial kitchens that you can rent by hour. But the good news is that they just approve a new law that you can start cooking from home. So that is a brand new law, and the regulations will be, we will learn more about the regulations in January, because the only thing that we know about now is that you can cook from home if it's a business that doesn't make more than 50,000 in profit. If you're doing more, then you need to move to a commercial kitchen. But there are options now that before it was very expensive to have a commercial kitchen, and now you can rent it by hour. So it's not that expensive anymore. So any questions about permits? No? Okay. Oh, I am going back. I don't know why. So business plans. The business plan is going to be our roadmap. So don't be afraid of it. A lot of people is like, oh my God, I need to build a business plan and it has to have like 30 pages. No, don't freak out. It can be I even have a visual business plan model that is very easy to do. The only thing the only good idea to have a business plan is it's gonna give us like the clear vision of what we are doing. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start selling cookies, and where do I'm going to start selling them? Probably I'm gonna start in the farmers market. Okay, how can I advertise? How much money do I want to make? So that will help me. Probably if I say, okay, I want to start selling, like, I want the profit to be 3,000, for example. So what is going to be my price for each cookie? How is going to be, do I'm going to sell them by package, or probably it's going to be one by one? So that is going to give me like specific goals. Probably I would say like, okay, as soon as I start selling in the farmers market and I'm start making profit, whenever I hit the goal of 50,000 in profit, then I will open a storefront, and then I will move and open another location. So it's going to be our roadmap of what are we going to do, because you're going to see that as soon as you start your business, then you're going to start seeing a lot of shiny objects, and it's going to be like, oh, look at this. So you lost track. So it's the way to keep you focused on your business. Okay. So again, try to keep it short and know your audience, because probably I can create the business plan for me. That's okay. I can do it very short, and again, I can do a visual business plan, or I can do it very long. But if I am trying to get a loan, then I need to really focus on my pricing, on my projections, on my financial projections. So try to keep that in mind. If you are going to show it for a person that is going to give you a loan, then try to change it and adapt it more with more financial information that is going to be very important for them. So these are the parts of the business plan. The first part is the executive summary. Most of the people try to do it at the end, because first of all, they work on the other parts of the business, and this is going to be like the summary. Like you can describe it. It's going to be like your elevator pitch. So it has to be very short and sweet. So the opportunity is going to give you, it's all the questions that you ask. How I am going to sell it. How I am solving the problem. Who is going to be my market? And this is another thing, and a common mistake that I hear very often is like, everyone is my market. I'm going to sell to whatever they buy, right? And no, it's not true, because probably your efforts will be very, you will spend a lot of money trying to get everywhere. And if you really know your niche or your target market, it's going to be easy to target them. So the more narrow you have your target market, it's going to be easier to advertise, easy to get to them. Oh, I don't know why it's working backwards. Execution. Okay, now I have my steps. I know who is going to be my market, what is the thing that I'm going to sell. Okay, now how I can create this idea into a business. So here, for example, you can start analyzing your marketing. So I will start probably in social media, and then I will create an ad, and then I will create a community, because if I create a community, people is going to be more interested in my product, probably. So you can start creating all the marketing strategic around your idea. And how are you going to measure success? It's very important to start measuring our success, because you can be doing business all day, all time, 24/7, but you really need to start tracking and measuring results. So obviously you need to track profit, you need to track your marketing efforts, because I see another common mistakes mistake that my clients always end up doing is that they start doing marketing. Yes, I am doing a lot in social media. I am doing a lot of email marketing, but I'm not getting results. Okay, let's analyze what you are posting. And as soon as you start analyzing what they are doing, it's like, okay, you are posting for posting, but you are not, your call to action is not very clear. So try to make sure that you are talking about your product, that you are explaining everything related to your product, and also your call to action is like, call now, here, buy here, just push the click button. I don't know. So try to make it more obvious, your call to action, and try to have always an objective. If your objective is going to be to get more sales, then you need to start, first of all, people need to learn about your brand. They need to learn about your product or your service. So first of all, try to explain to them, make it easy to understand what is your service or your product. And then push for the shop now, book now for your free consultation. But again, it has to be very strong call to action. I don't know. So it's very important to, okay, now what? I am in business, so my vision is that I'm going to start my marketing agency. So it's going to be a firm and it's going to be very successful, but it's not going to be only me. I'm going to bring a team, and it's going to be a social media specialist, and then an email marketing specialist, and a content writer. And so how can I envision that? How many team members do I'm willing to have? And how much money do I need to make at that moment to bring that team? So again, this is like our roadmap and our step-to-step to success. So that is very important to have our business plan. And again, with the time, it can change and you can start tweaking it, but it's very important to have the idea at least. Oh. Financial plan. This is going to be very important. Here we are going to see how much we are going to charge, how much are going to be our monthly expenses, our one-time expenses. Probably I need to buy a computer or buy a cell phone or buy a phone line or the internet. The internet is going to be a monthly expense, and variable expenses, probably once in a while I need to pay, I don't know, the accountant. It's not a monthly payment, it's going to be every time in a while. So, or another variable expense will be, I don't know, for example, your permits. Your permits, you need to renew it, one every 5 years and the other one every year. So that will be a variable expense. So it's very important to have that and to know what is going to be our even point. So with that, we will know that, okay, I need to pay the rent, I need to pay my my utilities, I need to pay this and that and that. So I need to at least make, for example, 1,000 to get even. And to make profit, then I will need to make more than 1,000. So my goal probably is going to be 2,000, for example, or it's going to be 10,000. So you put the limits, and with that, you can start making like packages. Okay, if I'm going to sell, for example, again, my example of cookies, if I want a goal of 5,000 cookies, probably I need to sell my cookies in $3, for example, each one, or create beautiful packages, or I can create a basket of cookies, and it's going to be for corporations, for gifts, Christmas gifts for corporations, and probably that way I can sell them more expensive. So that is going to be one of my package, and that way I can get my goal of my goal of 10,000 each month. for example. But again, you need to check your price, create packages, so that way it's going to be easier to get to your goal. Because if I decide to sell $3 a cookie, then probably if I am only selling cookie by cookie, then I will need to have a lot of exposure. So probably if I am in a storefront that is outside a school, I will hit that goal. But if I'm not, if I am only selling online, probably I need to create packages. So it's going to be easier to promote. It's going to be the same effort to promote one or to create a package and promote that package and earn more money. So we need to think about that. And then the appendix is going to be something that we add to our business plan, and it's going to be related to all the products or images or additional information that we can find about our business plan. I don't know if you have questions about this. Yeah.
In the appendix, could you put customer testimonials?
Yes, but it's not gonna work for that. The testimonials will help you more to promote your business or your product. So you can use it in your website, you can use it probably in your social media channels, and you can transform those testimonials in reviews online, but because nowadays it's more important. Everyone, before making a purchase, they check you online and they check your reputation, they check the reviews. So it's going to be more important to have reviews, and you can add those testimonials to your website. And it's going to give you more credibility, and it's going to help you to make that sale. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me? Yes. Yes, you will need that information up front, especially if you are asking for a loan. You will need that information. They will check to all your financial projections from the beginning. Yeah, yeah, even if you are a startup. And there are loans for startups, because a lot of people think that there are no options for startups, and they are, a lot of them. Yeah. So, any questions? Because I think it's already, we are finished, so no more questions. Yeah.
Can we get a copy of that?
Yes, I will send you a link so you can download it.
Okay, because I find this
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I will share it. Any other questions? No. No, thank you so much for coming.
You said here we can schedule an appointment.
Yes.
And we can go through all of this.
Yes.
That's time.
Yes.
Anytime you feel.
Yes. Yes.
And I kind of, are you Kathy?
Yes, I am Kathy.
I did miss the beginning. Did you talk about if you want to schedule an appointment with you guys?
Yes.
That you guys look besides showing this? You guys help us with
Yeah. Again, we provide one-on-one business consultation. We want to keep you accountable, so we can book any consultations that you may need to make you move forward with your business. And even if you are starting, we can help you with that. Or if you already started and you are stuck in some areas, we can help you. And we have different advisors with different specialties, so it will depend on your needs. So the first meeting we create, or we make an assessment to check where your business is located at, and from there we can connect you with different advisors depending your needs. And all our services are for free.
when you say advisors, are these mentors?
Yes. Well, the difference in the mentor and the advisor is the mentor usually is, I don't know. The business advisor, we have more education and we have experience. We have our own business usually. Okay, so we are in business and we are also advising. So we have the experience.
You will place us in the different places.
Yes.
You will be our point of contact.
Yes. Yes. So this is my email. Again, I don't know why I didn't put there the website. The website is sandiegowbc.org. You can book there the appointment if you want.
So, the one-on-one can have the business plan paperwork, so you can start put it together,
Yeah.
thinking about it, we can then
Yes.
present and you guys help us do okay.
Probably you need to change this, you change that, yeah. And also we analyze, so the business plan probably is only for you, or probably you are looking to get a loan. So we focus more on the projection, financial projections, and that is very important for the lenders. Yeah.
Would you suggest doing the business plan first and then getting all the permits and all that stuff?
You can do it at the same time if you already have your idea, and you can do it at the same time. It depends how fast do you want to move forward. But sometimes it's very important to analyze first what is going to be your monthly cost, so that way you can create the correct product with the correct price, and you can analyze also the market, that probably to get what you need to charge a little bit more. So your service or your product is going to be more expensive. But if you have the correct target market, then it's going to be okay. The other day, another example, the other day I was with a client and she was telling me, my target market are small businesses. And when I start checking her prices, they were very expensive. And I was like, no, you cannot target small business and startups because usually they don't have the money to invest in this. You need to, now knowing your pricing, then you need to change your target market, and probably they are going to be established companies that they have at least 3 or 4 employees. Because again, her pricing was very expensive. So, yeah. Any other questions?
So if we make an appointment, usually say an hour to start at the beginning, the assessment portion of it.